Mark, how you doing?
I'm great. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, pretty important fight for you, it seems like, this week, needing to kind of bounce back. So take me through a little bit about how that works for you in a training camp when don't want to say your back's against the wall, but
Yeah.
when you need to come out there and get something done.
Basically, I think I've been in a situation before with Joe Duffy fight, and I'm not really thinking of it that way because I feel like I've been there before, whereas now I'm more experienced. This is my 11th fight in the UFC, and I feel like I'm a better fighter coming to this fight, so it's not about me being worried about back against the wall. It's about me going out there and trying to impress the crowd because that's what I like to do, especially this being my 11th fight in the UFC and there's crowd back. I've not fought in front of a crowd for maybe 3 years now, and I'm just more excited going out there and putting the show for the crowd.
Is there a way to kind of put into words how much you've missed being able to fight in front of fans, or will you not really know until Saturday night?
I know. I love crowd. When I do something crazy and I hear them scream, wow, I love that. So just having them back, it gets me excited. So I'm really looking to put a show instead of me thinking, oh, I've gone back against the wall, I know I put exciting fights. I'm an exciting fighter, and I'm not really worried about that because it's about putting a show. It's MMA. There's many ways of losing, and I just feel like as long as I put my streak together, I'm good. So now it's about putting a show and trying to get these wins back up.
Do you think not being able to be in front of a crowd these last two losses played into that at all, or?
Nah, it's been different. It's been a lot of things just not outside just the fight in itself. Because think about it, we've been through COVID and like my last two physio, I couldn't train. I didn't have a gym to train because COVID. I had nowhere to train, so I was having to train outside in the rain with my friend because I'm training in the gym. You're getting grassed up all the training, so you couldn't really do anything. So I having to train I turned my apartment into a gym. I pull off maybe 4 square mats, and smash the walls up and everything, just trying to get training in. So it was a bit difficult. And the second fight again, obviously trying to adjust to things, and just things are going a little different. But now I feel things are getting back to normal, where we can train properly, we can do things differently. So I'm just excited. Fans are back to how it should be.
Heard a lot of stories during COVID about people turning their houses or their garages or their apartments into makeshift gyms.
I caused some serious damage to my room. Yeah, put holes everywhere.
Is there a way that you were able to sort of use that during that time to sort of give yourself a mental edge and say, look at the lengths that I'm willing to go for this career?
Yeah, because I feel like if you went for that, I feel if you're not mentally strong, you're probably I'm done with this. You just say, I'm done with this. Too much going on. And because at the end of the day, I'm trying to get paid at the same time. I had maybe, I think, 3 fights, something cancelled, and I was in 3 camps. All that's costing me money and everything. So it's why do I end up from here now? So it just, I'm really excited to getting back to having crowd, having everything back to normal so I can put on a show.
I mean, people had a built-in excuse, right? They could say, well, I can't go to the gym. I can't leave. I'm not supposed to leave my house. So I guess I'll just pack it in and be lazy. But you went the opposite way.
I mean, I went to because I remember you couldn't even drive to go somewhere. I had to sneak out to try and go buy a bike so I can start. I had to literally sneak out to try and get a bike so I can start work on my cardio and stuff. It was difficult, but that's what I got myself into, and I'll do whatever it takes, to get to the top.
Talk to me a little bit about your opponent. Comes from a good team, as do you, obviously, but he's built up a pretty strong and quick rise in the last year or so. So what does he bring to the table that you've been able to see, and where's he going to be dangerous for you on Saturday?
I'll be honest, I've watched maybe 1 fight of his. He fought one of the guys I was training with, Chris Duncan, and Contender Series, but I just don't feel he's on my level yet. I feel he's good. He's beat the guys that he's beaten, but I don't think, he's got a big test, and I don't think he's going to go through me yet, because I still feel mentally, I still feel like I'm still a prospect. I've had 11 fights in the UFC. This is my 11th fight, but to me, mentally, I still feel like a prospect because I had 9 amateur fights. I'm 14-5 now, so I'm still learning in the game. I'm still really new to the game. I'm still learning, so I feel like I've still got a lot to offer. Where I think that's 6 fights, 7 fights, so he's still fairly new. So to me, it's like I'm not showing that, like, you know, you have your time to this. You know, when you're not ready, you're not ready.
And the names you've been in there against in those 11 fights, in particular, like probably the last 7 or 8, one right after another, it's just very, very solid guys, right?
Yeah. So it's nothing he's going to bring to me that I haven't seen. I'm just excited. It's like I said, there's crowd there. You know, I'm ready. If he want to bang, I'm ready to bang. You want to go whatever, you know, I'm ready.
Do you think long term, at this point in your career, I mean, you can't realistically say, oh, I need to win 2 fights and then I can get a title shot. But do you have those kind of long-term aspirations?
I still have a long-term aspiration, but I do feel like now my only goal is just to get these wins back up. You know, get the wins, and we'll look after that. We'll look further up. But right now, just getting the wins.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you.
What's up, Mark? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. You said it yourself. You've got 10 this year, 11th fight in the UFC, and this guy's got 1 fight in the UFC, and on paper, he's the favorite. You're the underdog coming into this on paper, at least. How does that make you feel? Do you think the bettors got this one wrong?
No, I mean, I'll be myself there before as well. It's okay. You know, people are kind of naive. Whenever you see somebody knock somebody out, maybe two wins, good knockouts, they're like, oh, he's the guy. But they don't know this is the UFC. You look good, but there's next guy. You're welcome. Let's test you. Let's see what you got. So I'm ready to see what he's got, and I'm excited to put in a show.
And then everybody's kind of still talking about UFC London last weekend.
Yeah.
Is every UK fighter now thinking about how do I get myself in a position to get back on a London card whenever they go back there? I have to be there. What do I have to do to make sure I'm in that crowd next time? Is that in the back of your mind at all?
Nah, but I don't thinking of it like that. But I know it was a great card, and I feel like right now, especially with the position I'm in. I'm opening the main card in Columbus. I'm happy with that, like it meant to be. So I'm happy with that. But I do feel after finishing this guy, I probably want to be like co-main event or something in London, because I do believe, like, for example, Dan Hooker, I've seen it for co-main in London. It was in, I think, two losses or something. I'm not sure, but it's like I felt like I should have been in that spot probably, because I know I put exciting fights in London. I'm undefeated in London, but I'm excited going back there.
And do you have a favorite moment from that weekend's card? It was crazy finishes all around.
It was a lot of crazy finishes. Molly.
Yeah.
The spinning back elbow. Jai Herbert's fight. That was a good fight. It was a good comeback from Utoporia. Yeah, that was a good fight. I enjoyed that fight as well. Yeah. And Arnold Allen, that was a good finish.
And then Tom Aspinall, future heavyweight champion, or no?
Yeah, it made that look easy. It made that look pretty easy. That was a good fight too.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you.